So let me check my okay. See, having the same IP and ping the victim machine. Okay, so let me try to run the msfconsole once more. Then from our cherry tree. Okay, so let's see if we work with, let's search, take a look at if there's any vulnerability available for PostgreSQL. Before we take a look at my SQL, right? Let's open up another. So, like I said, you can always do a search. And do a search exploit, right? But this time around, it should be on PostgreSQL. Let's see if I have any exploits available. Okay, so the version that we are currently running is that was discovered is, you can see PostgreSQL DB 8.3.0, you know, between 8.3.0 to 8.3.7, right? So do we have an exploit for that? We have here, we have 8.3.6. So, okay, 8.3.0 to 7. So actually we have between, we have 8 to 8.4, right? So we can use any of these exploits and make use of any of these exploits. So what I'm going to do now is to let's search on what's it called on Metasploit. All right. Okay, so but before we go on, we are going to let's search for this PostgreSQL, then we'll go back to the ones we are trying to do. So let me just do a search for PostgreSQL before we go back to the previous one. Scroll. Okay. So let's see each of these we're going to make use of. Okay, so another thing that we can use to pick up is take a look at this rank. You can see normal, excellent, good. So it's always a good, it's always very advisable to go for the ones that have excellent. Now we have 3 for excellent. Take a look at the description. This has to do manage engine, desktop central, right? The other 2 that we have here, one is for you can see PostgreSQL for Linux payload execution, then the other one is for Windows. So because our victim machine, that during our enumeration phase, we discovered that it's a Linux-based operating system, right? So it is not Windows. So I'll be going with this this one that has this number 11. So what I'll do is to use number 11, right? And what I'll do is to do the option command to see what is available for us to set, right? So we only have to set the remote host. So that I'm just going to do the set command and put in the remote host, right? And I'm going to do which is 192.168.8.102, right? Then of course, like I said, don't forget you have to also set your local host, right? So you set your local host. Local host to 192.168.8.101, right? So is there any payload for us to set. Let's take a look at payload. If there's any payload for us to set. Oh, there are a lot of payload that we can use, but is there one that's the default? Okay, so payload option is this, right? You can see we already have a payload by default, like by default, certain payload comes with it. So where is it here? It is minus x86 Metasploit reverse TCP. So where's the reverse TCP here? Metasploit reverse TCP. Okay, this is it, number 14. Right. So we can let's try it out. Let's try the exploit. If it doesn't work, then we're going to explicitly state the payload. We're going to define it. So let's just go on with this. Let's see. Okay, guys, we have a Metasploit session currently. We're able to exploit successfully. So if we do the ID command, okay, so let's see help. Let's see what else we can use to confirm. Okay, so I think the Metasploit session to have its own command that we can use. You can see the list of commands that we can actually use to check a lot of these commands. Okay, so let's see, let's do sysinfo. Let's do sysinfo. Let's see what is available. Sysinfo. Right. Okay, then look up PWB to see we are logged in as root. If we do an ls, okay, so these are all the files that we have within the root directory, right? So can we change the root directory? Okay, let me do the ls again. So currently, okay, so let's see, let's touch to see if there are any hidden folders. Okay, so let's do a change directory. That's root. Okay. So these are all files that we can see. To see different options, let's see, is there any running process currently running on that? So these are the list of running processes that we can find on that machine, right? Can we view, for example, the list of users from the etc directory, right? So we'll go to the etc folder to see if we can view list of users. So these are the list of users in the machine. Currently, we are logged in as, sorry, Julie, let me see. I'm not sure if this command, some of these commands are, okay, so this is what I'm going to do, guys. Let me run the help command once more to see what else we can, okay. So we can even clear help command. Let's see what are the list of commands that we can run. System info, time. Okay, so guys, there's something else that I would like to show you. So we have the download, can run the download and make directory, right? So some of the informations that we can run to see. Okay. So there's a script from Python that we can use to, because there are certain commands that we can run, right? There's a script from Python that we can use to, a Python script, sorry, that we can use to elevate a restricted terminal to a more friendly terminal. I have it on my notepad. So let's okay. So I'm just going to copy and share it on the chart. So I want to use it and see if we can use it to get elevated privilege. Okay, so it's not even working on the Metasploit. It's not working on the Metasploit. But so far, what we've been able to achieve that we can exploit the what's it called, the Postgres SQL, right, to see information that that are listed here. Okay, you can see we this is the Postgres SQL. This is the directory we currently have. Can we move out from this directory? Okay, let's see where we have at the moment. Okay, so okay guys, so we are back at the road. So if I change directory to home, right, then you can see these are the users that we have, right? So if I go back, if I change directory to MSF, the MSF directory, you guys can see um, so we are in the folder. This is the MSF. You can see the two directory vulnerable announcing. If you go back to check here, you can see these are the two. You can see, right? This is the MSF admin user, and these are the two directories. We have more directories, but I think they are all hidden directories. Just like you can see the same thing on the victim machine. So what else can we do, guys? Can we do the download? Imagine that we want to download a file. So let's go on to change directory to Nelson. Let's see if there's any file in there, right? We have two files here and we want to download it. Let's say we want to exfiltrate data, right? So this is what we can do. Download, right? Then the data that we have, which is maybe you can do, let's say ATM card.txt. Then we are going to specify the destination where we are going to put that, so on our own machine, right? So we are saying download from the victim machine to my machine, but want to download it to the desktop directory, right? So guys, you can see we've been able to download the folder. So if I go to my desktop now, can we see that particular folder, right? Let's see. You can see, guys, we have the folder here, right? So we'll be able to download, exfiltrate data, exploiting the PostgreSQL database, right? So, okay, so I said I want to go back to you, exploiting that, what's it called? The one we had, what's it called? The VSFTP, then I think there's this other one that we had that we were trying to exploit, which was the Samba. So if we go back to exploiting Samba, let's see. Is there, so I'm going to stop exit this, right? You can see I've closed the session, then I'm going to clear. So all we need to go back to do is to search for Samba, right? Now we search for Samba. What we used the other time was the user script, if you can remember, right? That was what we used because we saw it from the search exploit, right? Don't forget we saw it from the search exploit. So we are going to just do use 8, then using 8. So you can see now that it has changed from the PostgreSQL exploit to the Samba, right? So I'm going to do the options to say, okay, what can we set? So I'm going to set the remote host to 192.168.8.1 what's it called again? 102. right? I'm going to set my local host. Is already set. Uh, See on that port, the listening port is already set. So we already have our payload, default payload. So at this point, let me see if this exploit is going to work. Okay, I typed the wrong command. Okay, guys, you can see that we have a session now, right? We have a session, but it's limited. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that script I told you about again, Python script. So it's basically used to elevate. Let's see if it's going to work out here, right? You can see now that we have a more elevated session. So if I do this, you can see we are currently logged in as we've currently exploited the metasploitable machine. These are the host name. This is the host name. So if I do UID, right? Sorry, UID, and see these are the list of users, MSF, root. Currently, we are logged in as root user, right? So guys, what else can we do from here? So if we, um, is there any useful information that we can see here? So if I change directory to home, change directory to home. Okay, so you can see we have FTP, we have the MSF admin, right? Change directory to the MSF admin, MSF admin. Okay, what else do we have? You can see the two folder that we have. So if I change directory back to now saying, right, you can see we have this. Now, I want to show you guys, apart from using the download option on Metaprinter, how can we transfer files if we exploit vulnerability like this? What we can do, we can use the netcat command, nc. There's an nc command, netcat. So what we are going to do is, let me divide the screen into two. So we are going to set up a listener on our host machine using the the nc command, right? So nc, then I'm going to say set up a listener. I'm going to say nc, then -l -p is for the ports, -l is for listening, -p is for the ports. Then I'm going to use just anyhow. I just want to make use of a random port 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then I'm going to say I want to download, I want to transfer that file. So then I'm going to define the file using the output operator, right? Then it's going to be ptm cat.txt, right? So I want to set up a listener. So I've set up a listener, then I'll come back. Don't forget, here this is my host machine. Here I'm logged in as what? I'm logged into the Metasploit table. So I'm going to, you know, then use the netcat command to transfer this particular ATM file or another. Let me see, let me even stop this. Let me transfer that file because we already have the ATM there. So this is what I'm going to do. CST. So I'm going to set up this is trying CST that we have here. So I'm going to set up, just a minute, guys. So guys, this is what I'm going to do. So I've set up a listener using the netcat command, and I'm going to use the netcat to transfer the uh, don't forget we have, if you take a do list, we have a John TST here. So this is another way to exfiltrate data. If you already have, if we've already established or have compromised a particular machine and you want to try and exfiltrate sensitive data. So I'm going to do the nc command, which is netcat. That's netcat is the command stand is for nc, right? The nc there stands for netcat. So nc, then I'm going to say the IP address of the destination you are going to send it to, 168.a.102, right? No, 101. Then the port number you are using. Then what else? Then we define the file. So then say the file is John, right? John.txt. Okay, so you can see that once this is done, you can see we're not getting any field response. Now let's try and stop our list now on this attacker's machine here, because this is our machine. You can see it's different. This is root or Metasploit table. This is our own machine. Okay, I'm going to do this. Now let's take a look at, let's do this. You can see that we have John here, which is the file from here. So we use the netcat command to transfer sensitive information from the victim machine to our attacker's machine, right? So that is just one of the ways we can. So we've been able to use the Metasploit, we've been able to exploit some of the services, one of which is the Samba, the PostgreSQL. So if we go back to using the VSFTP command, go back to using the VSFTP. Let's quickly try it. Let's see if it's going to establish the shell before we call it a session. What am I doing, you guys? Okay, so I'm going to close this without this subterminal. So guys, I'm going to exit this session. So I'm going to close this session with yes. So we are back to our terminal. Then I'm going to clear the screen. So remember, we're trying to exploit the VSFTP. Yes. Right. So then what we did was say we are going to. So I'm going to set. I'm going to use 0. And I'm going to. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So that's it. Then I'm going to say set remote host. So the 192.168.8.102, right? Then I'm going to set my local host to 192.168.8. If I do option command, you can see we have this set. So if I do the wrong command, what else are we going to be able to establish? Let's see. This session was created. We specify the password. We need a password. So let me see. 192.168, that was it. So set payload. It should be okay. The payload is already set. Yeah. VSFTP. Okay. So once more. I'm not sure we have any other thing to set here. So let's see. If it doesn't, then we'll do that in our next session. Okay, guys, we have a shell. We have a shell showing that we have a root. You can see we've been able to use the VSFTP 2.3.4 to also get a root, right? You can see. So if we do UID, okay, this command is not okay. What about this? We are in the root directory, right? You can see the list of users here, which is the NSF admin and the root. So this just shows how we can establish session using some of these exploits that we discovered, you know. And I don't know if you have any question at this time, because time will not permit us to go on to see how we can use MySQL and some of these other what's it called, open port, to exploit some of these open port, some of these services that we have. But this just shows you how we can exploit, research and use Metasploit to, to exploit vulnerabilities. I don't know if that we have any question. Please, if there's any question,